Hello, and in this video we're going to use figure 4 from 1.3.2 on PLTW IED to create holes in Onshape. So we're going to make figure 4 using Onshape. So we're going to start by making this block. It tells us it's 3 tall and 2 wide. It doesn't tell us how long it is, but looking at it, I'm just going to make it 5 long. So we're going to go 3 by 5 and extrude it out 2. So I'm just going to start a sketch, click on the front, select my rectangle tool. I'll change the front view for you, and we'll go click, and we'll type 5 by 3, enter, hit our green check to accept, and extrude it out a distance of 2, and then hit enter, or the green check. Then next, to make my holes, I need a point or a spot to make those holes. So I'm going to start a sketch on the top, and then I'm going to turn to the top. If we look back at once it in the middle 1 inch away, so to do that, I'm just going to make a line and I'm going to find that bisected point. So I find that bisector and it makes that bisected constraint. And then I go straight across horizontally and get the bisected on the other side. So now I'm right in the middle. And next I want to add some points. So I'm going to hit escape and I'm going to come up here and get the point tool. It shows me on my model I got 1, 2, 3, 4 holes. It doesn't locate where the holes are, so I'm just going to spread those out. So to spread them out, we just go back to Onshape. We have our point tool, and I'm just going to put those points on the line. So I click my point tool, and I'm just going to click 4 points. I'm going to spread them out kind of equally, not perfectly equally, and put them on the line. We could dimension them and get them exactly even if we wanted to, but in this case, we don't have to. So then I hit my green check, and then I'm going to switch back to my isometric home view, and we'll look at the hole. So we're just going to go from left to right. So the first hole, it tells us it's 0.5 inch diameter and it goes all the way through. So to make that, we're just going to select our hole tool. I'm going to select the spot I want to put it on, which is the left hand side, and I want a simple hole, not countable or countersink. I want it going all the way through, so through is good, and I need to change my diameter to 0.50. Hit enter, it shows me the hole, and I hit my green check to accept. To show those other points, I'm going to come back here to sketch 2 and make it visible so we can see those other points to make our next hole. So then we go to our second hole. It tells us it's 0.375 diameter and it goes 2 inches down, so not all the way through. It's what's called a blind hole. And then it tells us it's a counter bore. That's what this logo symbol stands for, with a 0.75 inch diameter on that bore that goes down a half an inch. So let's select a counter bore hole. So again, we use our hole tool. We select that hole location. This time we want a counter bore. We don't want it through. We want a blind. And so we're going to start from beginning and work our way across. So it said 0.375 for the diameter of the hole. And then on the top, it had a diameter of 0.75. Mine already says 0.75, so we'll get there. Then the depth of the bore is next in Onshape. So we look and it says depth of the bore is 0.50. So I change that to 0.50. And then the whole total distance or total depth is 2 inches. So I hit my green check to accept, and that makes that counter bore hole for me. You can't see it too well, but when we go to our drawing page, you'll be able to see that counter bore a little bit better. Then we're going to select the hole tool for our third hole. This one, if we look, it's a countersink. That's what this kind of upside down portion of a triangle, a greater than sign, it looks like. It tells us the diameter of the hole itself is 0.25 and it goes 2.25 inches. So again, it's a blind hole, and that it's got an 82-degree slope on it as it goes down, starting at 1 inch diameter. So we'll go back. We select a countersink for this hole. Again, it's blind. It tells us at the top the diameter is 0.25 for the hole itself. It goes across 1 inch at the top, so we'll get there. It said 82 degrees, so we'll get there. And then the distance down in this case is 1 inch. So 2.25 inches for the total. So 2.25 inches for the whole thing. We hit our green check to accept, and we have that countersink hole. Then our final hole we have is a through hole. with a counter boy on it. So we have to do a counter boy. That's what this symbol stands for. It tells us it goes all the way through, so it's not blind, and it tells us the diameter and how far down that boy goes. So we go back over, we select our hole tool one last time. We select that spot. Could move that spot over, it may be useful, but we'll keep it where it's at for now. It's 0.5 inches and goes all the way through, so counter bore is what we want. It's a through hole. It tells us the diameter is 0.5. At the top, it's got a counter bore of 0.75 for the bore, and it goes down 0.65 for depth. We hit a green check to accept, and that gives us 4 holes in this block. Then to sell those holes, we're going to use a drawing page with a section view. So I'm going to create a drawing, open my template real quick, and then we'll sell those holes in our template by doing what's called a section view. So I open it up, I put my drawing down, I'm going to put my front view, then I'm going to come over and put a side view. And I'm just going to leave it as, and then I'm going to come up and take my top view. I'm not going to put my ISO view on right now, that way it's easier to see these holes we produced. So then to make a section view, I'm hitting escape. I don't have to, but I'm going to hit escape, and we're going to come up here on the top and select section view. So the section view lets me cut a line. In order to see all the holes, I need to cut a line through it on the side view. So I'm going to select on my side view to cut it out, and then you can see I can pull that off to the side, and you can see the section view. So I'm going to put that section view in the middle between these, so we can see those different holes. Then finally, I'm going to do a hole call out. So you can see the holes, you can see how they're set up, you can see my counter bores, you can see the throughs and countersinks. And then I'm going to use the hole call out so we can label them on our drawing page. So I'm going to move this down a little bit so we can label it. And then all I'm going to do is select the hole call out. And this is a pretty easy process. I just click on the hole and I can bring that out to label it. So if I want to come up here and label that as 0.5 through, I can. And then I select my next hole, bring that down, label that counter bore. Then I have my countersink, and I come down and label. And then finally I have my counter bore through hole, and I can come out and label that. So that's how you do your whole call out. It's pretty easy once you've made your model. Hopefully this helps you create figure 4 and create your drawing page for it. Finally, I'm going to project my ISO up in the top corner, just so you can see where that cube is. And I'm going to hit escape and shade it in to finish off my drawing. So it's so shaded view. So hopefully this helps you create figure 4. If you have trouble, make sure to take your time and go back through it. Good luck.